Good morning, everybody. Guess what? It's solar time. So I want to talk about the efficiency of solar. Now, mind you, I'm giving you information, I'm putting links in. Doesn't mean you have to buy a thing. Okay? I make very little on Amazon. In 10 months, I have done $74 in 10 months. So, no, I don't sell a lot of products because I really don't push a lot of products. When I'm doing my reviews or talking about solar, I'm wanting you to have information. If it's a really good deal, I'm telling you about it. But I'm not trying to sell you the product. I'm giving you information strictly. So, this is information on solar. I get my fewest views on my solar videos, and I don't care. I think it's so important. If I help just one person, then that's okay. I'm going to talk about efficiency. This is an original first generation Blvd 1000 watt. And I believe it's 1200 watt surge. This is a workhorse. Guys, this is the most efficient thing as far as I'm concerned on the market. And you look at the design of it, okay? Now you can get higher wattages in this design, but that means that you don't have all of this information so many people want. I don't even know why they want it. If you look at this, it has 5 bars. It's charging right now. Each bar, if it's 1,000 watts, is 200 watts. That's easy enough to figure. It tells you what's coming in, what's going out. I don't know that you need much more than that. I don't care about the percentages, but this one, the big one, I've turned it off to save, because if it's on, it's using energy. It's using watts for itself. So, let's turn on, like the AC. Okay, I'm at 46%. I know you can't see that. This is really hard to see. But it gives you all kinds of percentages. I've showed this before. You see that 120? It's putting that out right now. Outputting the, 120, the voltage. And it's outputting frequency 60 hertz. Output power, output current. Do you need all that? Do you want all that? Many people do. But it's costly. It makes it inefficient if you're using small products. I use this fan. This is 10 watts. I use a light. That's 4 watts. I use an air purifier. That's another 3 or 4 watts. I use a USB. Now this is USB, this is USB, and this is 3 watts. And the fan goes on 24 hours a day. When you have both of these on, this is a brain. It has to figure all of these watts, volts, and amps out. So it's using energy to be able to fill your wishes. Do you need all that stuff? I mean, do you really need all of this stuff on here because you're using wattage? You are actually using, I call them silent watts, but they're still outputting silent watts to run itself. The battery management system manages this battery. It controls it. It keeps it, turns itself off if it's over anything. If it's too hot, or it turns itself off. That means it has a brain. This doesn't necessarily have a brain. It's very simple and it's very functional. And it's very, very efficient. It's twice as efficient as this is. And I'm only talking about low wattage. This is more efficient, or about the same. It's very efficient if you use it for high wattage. But it must be high wattage. A microwave, a drill, over 1,000 watts. Then it is efficient and it's necessary. but it's still using silent watts. Now, I tested this because I complained to the company. I said, it's using too many watts. I don't like it. It's inefficient. I really, when I first got it, wanted to return it. And I talked to the customer service, and they really, honestly, they answered my questions. Blvd's customer service is fine, but they just shine me on because they said, oh, you just don't understand, blah, blah, blah. I do understand. So I'm going to turn this off because it's using wattage, and it's at 45%. It's 45. I've lost 1% after I turned it on. Okay? It was at 46. Now it's at 45. I'm turning it off, so I can keep the wattage up. Otherwise, it would, if I left it on, it would go down to 0, using nothing, using absolutely nothing but its brain to run itself. So this little workhouse is not the same thing. It's very, very efficient, but it doesn't give you all that information. The battery management system on this is very simple, very functional. It gives you the simplest readings that I don't think you need to know much more than that. Okay, Marley's playing here. She's having a good time with her toy. Sorry. But, so my suggestion is if you need 2,000, it does come in this shape. It's simple. It's more efficient. Now, that's just my opinion. Let me show you what I tested the big one with. I tested the big one with this ceramic heater. This ceramic heater uses 250 watts and surges at 270 watts. That's an excellent little heater for a van. I'll show it to you. It's just a really nice little heater. I haven't seen another one this low. And it works, but 250 watts is still a lot. And at the time, I didn't have the big one. Once I got it, I tested it. Now, if it's at 100%, that's 2,000 watts. This should run for 8 hours. It didn't. I mean, it ran for 7, I think it was less than 7.5 hours. Around 7 hours, 10 minutes. The rest of it, now mind you, that's high wattage, so that was efficient. The rest of it is silent wattage. But I used high wattage, so yeah, it would turn out pretty close. If I had just used this, it wouldn't even come near that, because this is 10 watts, 10 or 12 watts. This machine is using 50 to 60 watts, silent watts, from what I can figure, just testing it. So, pretty efficient with this. But again, it's silent watts. This will run at 4 hours. And it was a 3.75 hours. A little more efficient. Maybe the percentage isn't important to you, but it is to me. I don't need all those fancy things. If you do, then you buy the brain, okay? You buy the management system with all the little percentages and all the little volts and all the little amps and all the little watts. You go ahead. This is perfect for a house because a lot of wattage is coming through. This is perfect for a lot of things, and it's efficient for the higher wattage, but not for your small wattage. And I use small wattage 95% of the time. I just wanted to explain that to you. I feel it's very important, if you ever consider buying a larger one, that you get one that has a simple brain. Okay, this is 3 years old. I've used it this is the best. I'm telling you, I've never been happier with this Blvd. Now, I'm not saying buy Blvd. I'm saying this is what I bought. I researched and I got a pretty good deal on it. It was first generation. It's not fancy, but boy, does it work. Just thought I would talk about the ampage on that. The next one is going to be the heaters that I found for my van. And I'll talk about that in my next video. Thank you for watching my video. Please view, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Camo.